What's going on, family? Welcome back to the Speakeasy. Listen, today I have with me an incredible guest, a very special guest, one of the most dynamic, everybody agrees, okay? Like leaders that I know, that I've experienced, that I've seen. We have Brittany Strachan in the building.
Yes, I'm here.
And I am so grateful to have you.
Man, thank you.
I'm grateful for the years that we've shared experiences.
Yeah.
And we've done incredible work together apart.
Right. I'm about to say thank you. I mean, shoot, all that stuff you said about me, did you the mold, man. You the mold.
You are incredible. So for those who don't know Brittany, listen, Brittany has been a mentor, a leader, a sister, a friend, all the things to so many young women, in this city, in this state. I mean, she is incredibly dynamic. You are the chaplain at South Carolina State. I mean, sorry, North Carolina State University, NC State, Wolfpack, the girls basketball team. You work with them quite a bit.
Yes, volunteer with them. Yep,
you volunteer with them.
It's two other chaplains, so it's like a chaplain team.
Team. Yeah. I'm sure you're the most dynamic though, for sure.
Oh wow, not already.
No. And one of the things that's been amazing to kind of see over the years, Brittany, is how effective you've been to the young women in your life. You know, how we met, right?
Yeah.
We're serving together.
Right.
In the youth ministry.
Yes, you were leading. Let's make that very clear. I'm trying to not do it. You know, I'm trying to take it all and just receive and smile.
No.
But listen,
you know, it was like, you know, I had all these guys I'm mentoring. And then Brittany's like, oh, bet. And so she has all these women she's mentoring. And like, we're literally tag teaming the whole high school. And then we end up doing college ministry together.
Right.
I mean, just what you've been able to do was something that I realized I just didn't have. And right, you said I was leading the ministry. And although that is true, you took something from me that I knew I didn't have in me to do. And that was I could talk to a young woman and give her a big bro perspective, but like you could minister to women and you could mentor women in a way that I could never, that I would never understand, that I would never come to grips with. And I used to take pride in the fact that like, because one of our core values was showing up.
Yeah.
And I would go to basketball games to go, you know, to support the guys, or football games or whatever. Every time I showed up, Brittany was there way before me. Brittany was there. She was like,
teamwork.
I mean, you did the thing, and even to this day, you're still that.
Shout out to Jade.
You did an incredible work with so many, and I want to know why did you decide, I'm going all in? What was it for you that made you make that decision?
If I'm being honest, I think you, and I'm not even trying to gas, honestly, you opened the door. I think, and I'll say I had it in me from just how I was raised. My parents, already? But no, my parents really showed up. Like they really, and I remember how that made me feel. You know, I felt valued. I felt like I was important. Like to this day, I can call my dad and he could probably be in a boardroom and he's gonna answer the phone. He might say, hey, you know, Britt, I'm doing something right now. Are you good? Can it wait? But he's gonna answer the phone. And I know how that makes me feel. My mom, good Lord. You know, so I think that's how I was raised. I've had people that's not family show up for me. My old high school basketball coach, was going to retire, but then was like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'll look out for you. I got you. There's so many people. I don't want to get too caught up because I'm going to forget somebody. I'm going to feel bad. But, that's what I've experienced. And so I think my heart is, I know what it felt like to have somebody show up for me. And, you know, when something's good, you want to share it. And the goal is I want somebody to experience what I experienced it tastes good, it feel good, and be like, I want to share this too. And I think that's the heart behind it. But like I said, I want to make sure it's clear that seeing you gave me the inspiration. It almost gave me permission. Because I think with mentoring, I always felt like I kind of had to be not too much. You know, this is a minor, this is somebody else's kid. You know, it was very standoffish. But when I saw you do it, I was like, oh, bet. And I think it gave me permission, and it came up out of me. And I mean, that's even a point of why too, right? Like you give people, it's like what was always in me had permission to come out.
Ooh, what was always in you had permission to come out. And I think that, I mean, one, that means a lot to me for you to even say that. Because I think with community, that's why it's powerful.
Bingo.
Because when you're with the right people, they do give you permission to be everything that God's called you to be. They pull it out of you.
Right.
You get around the right people. They see it in you. They pull it out.
It expands your conception of what's real, right? What's possible, right? Because like, you know, what we're exposed to, that's our box.
Yeah.
But when I meet somebody else, they expand that box. And I think, like you said, that's why community is so important. I don't think we're designed to know all the different dimensions of reality or all the different dimensions of God or whatever, right? But our friends can expose us to that, you know. And I think that's what you did for me, man.
No, and I think, I mean, that is a huge piece, because even for, you know, on top of the conversation that we're having, like, I'm thinking about all the friendship that I do have, and it does enlarge what your reality is, right? Like, I was just having a conversation with Mike, and like, he got me into tech, and I didn't know I can make money the way I make money now, but being exposed to him and his wife and Adrian, like, who have done this, I'm like, oh wait, like, I can do that too. And so when you, like you said, like, when you share, when something's good, you want to share it,
right?
These guys can't get me to stop telling them to get into tech, or to get in, you know what they can make and what they could do and how they use their gifts to do what they want.
Probably didn't even know your skill sets could be used in that arena.
No, I thought I could only do ministry, Britt. I thought I could only mentor young men, and I could speak, and like, I thought my gifts only meant ministry.
Right.
But no, like, I could look at my gift, and it could be whatever I want it to be. And when I seen other people use a gift that's similar to mine in a capacity that I've never seen my gift operate in, it expanded.
Yeah.
So for you, Britt, when you meet a young woman who you're mentoring and you're showing up for, what's your why?
Yeah, I think it just goes back to, I'm like, I want this person to just feel good, to know what it feels like to be supported, to be valued. I really think it comes down to like value. Like, I want you to understand that you're worth my time. Like, my time is valuable, right? Like, I can't get this time back, but I want you to know I thought so much of you that I'm going to give you something that I can't get back. And like, I want you to feel what that feels like to be put first, or be put ahead, or to feel significant. Cause I'm trying, you know what I mean? Cause I mean, I think so many people, like, you know, between life, trauma, whatever, will have you thinking, I don't matter, or I'm not worth it, or I have to come second, or okay, I know this, you know, I'm not that important. I can kind of be in the background. I want somebody to know what it feels like to be valued. You know what I mean? To feel like, yeah, like I matter. And it's okay. It's somebody sacrificed for me, and like, that just shows my value. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the core of my faith. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Right? Like, there was a price paid. You know, and that's the love. Like, so I just want people to know what I just want you to feel that value of like somebody sacrificing you, somebody showing up for you, to know that you're important, you matter. Stuff that's important to you is important to me. Like,
that's why you show up to basketball games. That's why you show up to the theater show. You may not know the script. You may not know what it's about. You may have never seen whatever they're doing. And you've never maybe sat and watched a golf tournament.
Hey,
but
listen, it's actually exposed me to stuff. I'm like, I ain't never been to a lacrosse game, but now I have. You know what I mean? Swimming, like, I'm like, okay, this is cool.
To show you that you're valuable. And I think for me, I was having a conversation with Josh a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
And it was seeing people the way God sees them. And valuing people the way God values them. And it is really sad that a lot of people will go their entire life not knowing how much God values them.
Right.
And or how valuable they are. And you get to every time you show up to a lacrosse game or a basketball game or a one-on-one or a conversation in the dorm room. I know you've seen them all. You've had them all.
Listen.
You get to show somebody as a human being, as a sister, as a mentor, like, I want to show you how much God values you.
And I love that you're saying that, because I wonder, on the flip side, do mentors or people who think about me, do you understand the impact? We've talked about this before. Like, you literally bring the word to life. You know what I mean? Like, I can hear about how somebody loves me. I can hear about, oh, God loves me. But if I've never felt that in the natural, it's kind of hard to like connect with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
But if a preacher is like, God is never leave you, never forsake you, and somebody can go, oh, okay, I know what that feels like, because
so and so never left me, so and so never forsaken me.
You feel me? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, now that person can connect that word and be like, oh, now I know what that feels like.
And it is, man, and because we go through all these things in our minds, not wanting to burden people, not wanting to be too much, or not
that too much,
like,
is the real
yeah. we don't want any of that. But it's like, why that's easy for you is because, like you said, Dad will pick up a call in the boardroom at his own inconvenience. Doesn't matter what time of night.
And I'm grown.
And you're a grown
you get what I'm
woman.
saying? Yes.
And so to be able to provide that experience for somebody who never had a dad, or never had a mom who would show up like that, I think that you can't buy that. You can't. That's only up to us.
Right.
That's only up to those who are willing. I remember having a conversation recently with somebody, and I won't say their name, but they were just kind of saying like, yeah, man, like, what you're doing is charity. Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah, what you're doing.
I'm not even mad,
all
though.
that,
I'm just like, they don't get it.
They don't get it.
They just don't get it.
They don't get it. And they also don't understand the blessing on the other side of it. How much time God restores, and like the money that you spend, how much God doubles that, right? And like the space that you keep, how much God would expand that, bless you with a home, bless you with what you need. Like,
I'm telling you.
Like 30, 60, 100-fold good. That's not just money. That's not your tithe.
Right.
That's your time.
Right. Or, I mean, you learn from other people too. So the same way we're saying we expand their understanding of God. I mean, having to mentor, like, it stretches you. Oof. You have to grow in ways that, just being by yourself. Man, listen, it makes, how do I word this? It almost makes things cost. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it's up to me, like, let's say, for example, drinking was like a big thing in my life. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that nothing's wrong with that, but just for my personal, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was up to me, it don't cost me nothing to have a sip, a drink, whatever. Yeah. Like, if that's something that I want to change in my life, it don't cost nothing when I make a mistake. But now I got this person dependent on me. Oh, it costs now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I fall or if I fail, like, not, and I can be restored, but it's like, oh, now it costs. So it helps me be more disciplined. It helps me show up better, because now I got a dependent almost. You know what I mean? Oh. I have some accountability. It's baked in accountability.
Britt, I can't tell you how many times having mentees have got me out of the wrong bed.
You get what I'm saying?
Listen,
You get what I'm saying? If it's by yourself, you chilling, you know?
Me vibing, yes,
Listen,
absolutely.
like, all right,
Let's do it.
I'll
Where we
repent
go?
later. I'll repent later, you know?
It's not,
Yeah, I'll be good.
Absolutely, just me. But when it comes to, wow, like, I can't be out here reckless if I'm saying it's not wise for them to be out here reckless.
You get what I'm saying? So we not out here just, it's bigger than charity. Like, and we not just giving, we're receiving.
Dude, I've learned so much. I've learned so much about my own trifling self and how much God got me and loves me even still. Like, how God sees me and how God is there for me and how much he forgives me.
Right.
And like, even like down to how much I don't listen to what God is saying in a moment and like I'm not necessarily being obedient because you know they ain't obedient.
Listen.
You know they don't listen.
Listen. You know how sometimes you could be saying, and you like, I know they not going to listen, but I'm still going to say it.
I'm going to say it because I'm
going to still plant this seed, you know, and we might get that harvest later, you know what I'm saying? A couple years, but I'm going to plant it though.
Brittany, and we've seen it. We've seen seeds that did not feel like they were ever going to grow years later.
Oh my gosh. And you're bringing up something that I'm just now like starting to soak in, like how much of a benefit mentorship has been to me, because I see process different now. Mm-hmm. You know, it's people that I known when they were in middle school, and these mothers grown with 401ks. Hey, I'm sorry, it be throwing me off. But you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's made me more patient. It's made me more, I can have faith for the long run because I've seen people change. I know what it's like to be in a certain stage of life. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm more patient now. Because, I mean, not just for myself, but I've seen it in people. Like, I've seen people change. I've seen something that was heartbreaking in this season, and now this person is flourishing. You know, it's just, it's really a beauty to be able to walk through life with somebody. Wow. You just see God and, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but.
And please, like, because I think, you know, I've had some of the most intimate experiences with God and revelations of who God is and his character from walking with people. Yeah. Like, just reading the Bible is an incredible experience, and you get to see God in the lives of all these individuals in the Bible and how he worked things out, and you know, like you see all this stuff, but to walk through someone's actual story with them and see God work it out in real time
with all the nuances of being human, like all the because it's different.
I mean, we've seen it all. I've picked up students from orgies and hotel rooms and bringing them to church and having. We've seen it all.
You see all the spectrum of humanness, and it's just like you see God in it all, or just how he turned it, or how he changed it, and then it goes back sometimes. Whatever, like you just see the beauty of God in the mess. Like that beauty for ashes, like that's
a real thing.
It's a real thing.
But you don't know it. Because sometimes like you could see God blessing you in your own mess, but to see it outside, looking in, and then seeing a growth, because you sometimes you don't notice your own growth. Sometimes it's really hard for you to notice what God has done in you and how much you've grown. Right. But to see somebody else.
Especially when you've invested in, that you got seed in the ground, like that's... It's faith on a whole nother.
And that's another thing as well. I think sometimes we can get discouraged, and especially when we first start out. It's like you're planting all these seeds and nothing's growing. But the Bible says one man plants, another waters, and God causes the increase. And so we sometimes place so much importance on ourselves that like the seed we plant has to grow or it didn't work. But it's like, no, like give God a chance to get somebody to water and then allow him to increase.
Right.
And that's what we've seen. I feel like we've seen so much in like some of our mentees in college or graduated college at this point. We have mentees, we're getting old. Like, let's talk about it. Like that we met when they were like freshmen in high school, sophomores in high school, and they're grown, right?
With
like you said,
real jobs.
With
real benefits.
with real health insurance.
You get what I'm saying?
Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't take
and
it.
I just think, Britt, like your impact has been so crazy when it comes to young women, like just across. Like, okay, I have this text message that I want to share with you.
Oh gosh.
Um, and this one of someone that you've impacted said this. Little did I know that the tall, friendly, loud, smiling woman I met one morning at church in 2018 would turn out to be one of the best influences, mentors, teachers, and most importantly, friends I could ever ask for. I cannot thank you enough, Britt, for being there for me throughout the most influential time of my life. You supported me throughout college, whether that was a chat at Starbucks or at a Smoothie King in Durham, through WhatsApp while abroad in Kenya and all over Europe, or through FaceTime through a pandemic while I was at home in Memphis. Through medical school applications, rejections, and acceptances. You have always been there for whatever I needed, whether that was a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, spiritual guidance, leadership advice, prayer, a good laugh, or a cheerleader on this journey. You've never missed an application, interview, a big test, or a birthday. And for that, I can't thank you enough. Thank you for being someone that I look up to and for being one of the first to make North Carolina feel like home. I aspire to have as contagious of a positive attitude as you, to make a positive impact on all those that I come into contact with. And most importantly, I strive to live my life in accordance with and to have as close of a relationship with Christ as you do. You're truly one of the best mentors and friends I could ever ask for. You're stuck with me for life.
Oh my gosh. What? I'm trying, so I'm like, focus.
Focus.
Wow.
And that just speaks to who you are. I have another text.
No, you don't.
Dear
This
Britt,
what we doing? Oh my gosh.
you are the epitome and definition of a true friend, sister, and mentor. You never cease to amaze me with the way you show up for everyone in your life, especially mine. You are gentle and you're also assertive. You lead and guide with so much grace, passion, and love. You never make me feel judged. And after every conversation, I always feel encouraged and empowered. You give and create spaces for community and connectivity. I love how you push me to go all in and never let fear and circumstances stop me or hinder me from being all I can be. You always make sure that I know you're here. And for that, I'll die grateful for you and the bond and the relationship we have. You push me to think outside the box and my comfort zone. You are truly a force to be reckoned with. So glad to be connected to and with you. Love you.
What?
This is the impact you make.
Oh my goodness.
Who you are is changing the lives of so many women and everybody that they're connected to. They have an example now. You said in the beginning that I gave you permission. You're giving so many young women permission to be God, everything that God's called them to be, right? Like you're that example of showing up. You're that example of someone who is going to be there for them, pick up the phone call, be a listening ear, love them deeply, show them that they're valued. This is who you've been. And I want to just give you your flowers. If no one else says that you are an incredible, and I know so many people do, but I want to let you know here that like, there's nobody like you. There is nobody like you. Challenge me to be better. You challenge me to push the envelope. You challenge me to show up. Like, you are incredible. And I know those girls at NC State. I know those girls at the church, the girls around you are more than lucky to have you in their life. Have you show them how valuable they are to you and to God. You're special.
Thank you. I don't even, how you just, I don't know. Speechless. This is what speechless looks like. I'm really just taking it in because I'm just like, wow. And I thank God. You know, I just thank God that he's given me this. He's entrusted me with this and given me this opportunity. So I'm stuck, honestly. Like, I'm trying to be cute. I'm trying to have a real funny, like, something to say deep. I'm just stuck. I'm just like, wow.
I have one more for you.
You got one more? And this what we doing? Like,
my Britt, to the person who's made the biggest impact in my life, thank you. Thank you for being whoever I needed you to be in every season of my life. From a coach to a mentor to a big sister and everything in between. You've changed my life forever. You introduced me to community and help aid me into my purpose. Thank you for everything. You're the epitome of what a connector is. And I pray that God blesses you 1,000,000 times over for the impact you've made in my life and all the lives that are attached to everyone else that you've touched. The impact you've made in the lives you touch is going to live for generations. So don't ever think anything less of what you've done. I love you always. She calls herself your fave.
I'm stuck. I don't know. I don't know what you want from me.
I just want you to know how special you are.
What in the world?
That's what I want you to know. I brought you on the speakeasy to let you know how special you are.
Wow.
And I want whoever's watching this to know how special you are.
Life-changing.
You are life-changing. And
I wasn't ready.
I love you and I'm grateful for you, and seeing you encourages me, it pushes me, all of the things, man. And so for those who don't know Britt, now you know Britt. This is who she is. This is who she is. And I love you, and I thank you.
Thank you, family. Man.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. Like,
thank you for sitting with us in the speakeasy. Again, like, subscribe, comment, all the things. Thank you for sitting with us. We love you. You guys have a great one.
Love you.